Good morning. This is Grace. October 28th, 2018. Check-in continuing. And I begin with a breath, a prayer of gratitude to Jesus. That I'm actually alive here. Able to give this video in this sea change. And I thank you, Spirit, and I thank you myself for learning a long time ago. I know nothing. And that it goes better just to do what you're told when it comes from Creator. And then for me, my learning is always hindsight 2020, and this altar is an example of that. Where I'm led to put things on the altar, and then I understand later why, and the significance, and how it is attuned to what is occurring in the world. For some reason, this altar has been a representation of the worldly unfolding since December 21st, 2017. And Dahlia gave me this shell when I left the apartment. And we had already spoken in our kind of ways that we talk about truth, but we're role-playing Elena, and she communicated that she's doing what she can do about this evil that she and her mother is living in. And so she very mindfully handed me this shell. Like, very mindfully. And I took it as the gift. And I said, shall I put it on the altar? And she nodded yes. I'll show you in a minute other things that Dahlia has put on the altar. And so I was led to put the shell there, which my conscious mind thought was an odd placement because there's other places on the... Anyway, my conscious mind thought it was odd, but I was definitely led to put it there. My darling. She is communicating that she may not be able to stop the evil that is coming upon her. And that if she is not able to stop it, that she wants to make sure that that evil is broadcasted to all. She knows the evil that is coming for her, and that no one will listen who are in the roles of protecting her. None, 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 none. And that her mother is made crazy for trying to stand up for her, and now me too. And it is only because I am paying myself, a private citizen of the United States of America, that I can bring attention to torture in downtown Boston. Is there anyone listening? And fortunately, because of President Trump, I am able to actually do this video. Because I am standing up to the evil that is coming upon her, even though since I have, my life has gone to hell in a handbasket, and I'm literally hole up in my apartment with nowhere else to go. Because now the evil is coming for me too. And to see this shell, a 6-year-old's weapon, a broadcasting. Please, she is pleading. Because she knows what they want to do to her. She is pleading. For the evil to be seen that she and her mother is living in is torture. And I am naming it. I am naming it. And even though there is not one government agency that will come to her assistance, and her apartment is regularly broken into, she has no electricity in half of her kitchen. her ceiling is leaking. The last homemaker she had literally put filth on the floor to punish her. Literally took filthy water and put it all over her floor. Torture. Torture. Downtown Boston. And so those of my family, I could barely call them that, or my co-workers who have gotten involved in this disgusting mess. If you have any charity left in your heart, you'll turn this around, you'll quit, you'll give anonymous donations to Kate at Foodies, you'll figure out something to assist her. You horrible, horrible people, but wake up, wake up, wake up. A 6-year-old weapon, a shell to broadcast. She was letting me know that she's afraid that she might get raped and will not be able to stop it. Or worse. Her mother's been trying, I've been trying. No one's fucking listening. No one is fucking listening, but I fucking am. Are you? Is there anybody with a good heart here? But now there is a sea change. And this is documentation of that. Because now we have new partners. We have new partners of truth. Some that I've hired. Some that have maybe been there all along. Some who feel the same way that I do about innocence. And will stand for it and have stood for it. And so while for me, I can barely feel it. The possible partners, it's just faith right now because I got nothing. I got nothing. But my faith. And the knowing that President Trump is in office, and that's about it. And then I found a way only through the loving kindness of Jesus and my patience. Not my work. But my patience has given me the income to hire. And my tears are of gratitude that I believe there is a chance I can save Dahlia. Because of President Trump, period. Oh, well, Jesus and President Trump. So Dahlia's other contribution ended up, I'll show you, is this, whatever it is. And she wanted that on the altar, that gold. She probably embedded it with a bunch of her thoughts or something, her prayers. And so I put it behind Guadalupe, next to the lions. And now we get to bring in, let's call her the spirit of true freedom, spirit of true resurrection, spirit of true transformation. Let's call her that, okay. Oh, yeah, and she did bring it in because here's a miracle. Remember I told you about that burn that happened because of a kind of a leak of the candle? Well, there was another mishap after I brought this one in. And you see the candle tipped over right next to the cloth. It could have been really bad, but nothing happened. And that one makes more sense to have a fire than the wooden table, I gotta tell you. So she is already bringing in new energy. It is so desperately needed of true freedom, true transformation. And so focus. Come on, focus. focus. Okay. Over there on the left is my envisioned home, safe home for Kate, myself, and Dahlia. Where we can kind of get airlifted out of this hell and given safe haven. And I've been advised by my grand-père to aim well. And this is what I'm aiming towards, is true, authentic safety, love, and care for 3 generations. Myself, my daughter, and my granddaughter, period.